I'm Amia.
I'm Francisco.
My name is Justin.
And this is our project. Our logo. Heat story. Fresno has been a place impacted by heat in recent years, and we have seen this as a problem. The bigger story. The bigger story is how the heat has impacted Fresno and how it has impacted many other things and other communities within Fresno. Our smaller story is how it impacts young children and the effects it can have on them. Our stakeholders. Our stakeholders are young children, but most preferably parents of young children. And the reason for this is because young children are vulnerable to heat and they may not know what is happening to them. And the people affected by this are mainly children, but it can affect parents mentally. And why it can affect them is because parents can be worried about their children's safety. And how it is hard to notice is because they may not know. Like, sometimes they may look fine and they may not notice until it could be too late.
We discovered our project by process of elimination, but we still have problems with finding out what feature we want to keep in, how we want it to look, and losing a member. We discovered our project in the cafeteria when we're trying to figure out ways to help you with the Fresno heat.
This is current existing solutions for our problem, are such as hats, umbrellas, fans, and cold drinks, as these are all prime solutions to cool down children.
Our customer problem. The problems our customer face is children suffering from being overheated and how they can have problems from it.
Our customer segments. Our customer segments are the parents of young children. Our solution is this watch that we made. It's basically meant to go around the child's wrist, and it has a chip inside that tracks the location and also can monitor their temperature, and basically it also can like send a notification when the kid's overheating or maybe their temperature dropping.
The main benefit our watch gives to people is telling parents if their kid is overheating or underheating. This can give parents a sense of relief, knowing our product will keep their kid safe.
Channels. Where do we plan to sell our product? Well, we plan to sell it either physically in person or online.
Our customer relationships. How we might be able to pitch or get word around of our product, either orally, which is by mouth, online, which means you can post like things like ads and maybe also
We will be selling our watch for $65. We'll be selling our watch for $65 because it costs $33.73 to make one watch. And doing the math, more people will like it in the 60s.
For our goal and key metrics, our goal is to make parents as satisfied with our product as they can. And how we plan to measure this success is either we can run a community poll or run a graph to see the amount of parents that are satisfied with our product. And thank you for your time.
Well, good vocal projection, good eye contact right out of the gate. So great job with that. Can we go back toward the beginning of the pitch deck, please? The only issue, it was a little rushed. I was trying to process some information, so just trying to slow it down just a little bit. I was trying to process some information and being a judge, you have to take notes and kind of look at it from different perspectives. So I thought for your overall idea is really great. I like that you're also focusing on the parent feedback. Because really the parents are going to be buying this, right? This is for the parent. The kids, of course, are going to benefit from this, but your focus is the parents because they want to make sure their kids are safe, which this is a great idea. I have 2 children, and the heat does scare me a lot. So I triple check to make sure I don't leave anything in the car, especially them, but I'm always wondering if they're going to be too hot. I'm concerned about if they're going to get sunburned, and just in general, if they somehow get out the front door, or where do they go, you know, if that ever happens. So I think your idea is really good. So my question to the team is, what direct competitors do you have in the space?
Probably people like smartwatches. Anything related to that.
Okay. So that leads me to the next question. So what makes yours different from the Apple Watch versus the Samsung Galaxy Watch to your product?
For our product, it can alert parents if their kids overheating or not overheating and track them.
Okay, so do those watches do that same feature that you're trying to do?
Most of them, no.
Okay.
Especially the overheating part.
For them, let's see. How did you come up, so the $65, how did you get that information, that survey or census of that people wanted to spend $65? Did you have, can you go back to that slide, please? Yes, this is what I want. So the watch only costs $33 to make?
Surprisingly, yes.
How, oh wow, how did you come up with that number? And is there a bill of material that you could show me or the audience? Like how did you, what materials did you use?
At the moment, we can't show you the materials, but we just put it in an app, and the app like did it for us and said this is probably how much it's going to cost.
Okay, which app did you use?
We use Google Sheets.
Google Sheets, okay. I'll circle back around and let some of the other judges ask some questions, but thank you very much. Good presentation.
Yeah, you guys did a really nice job with just your presenting and how you guys did your eye contact. I like your designs. I am a little curious about the list of items it takes to build it or what it takes, but we can, talk about that a little more later. I did want to ask this question. So when you talk about your marketing and how you're going to get it out, you said, sell it individually. Have you thought of any other spaces or how you would get word out to the parents, because that's who you're selling it to? And any other thoughts around how would you do that, or where would you go about? How would you go about doing it?
Using like word of mouth and flyers and stuff online, and talk to other people about it.
Gotcha. So I mean, just sharing a little insight that potentially, because I had children that are now adults, and now I have a few grandchildren, so I think this is a great idea. I do think it's something people would want, and maybe consider some of the bigger chains and how would you get a part of. And my first thought is Target. How could you get your product into Target? What would you do to do that? Because you always hear a lot of families buying things at a place like Target, or the Walmart, or the some sort of store that's got a lot of traffic in it. A lot of people go there, and then you always think about a lot of parents going there to purchase diapers for their children, or maybe they go buy some toys, or then they've got to get some groceries, and they got to get other things. So, how would you go about doing that? And when you say online, what are some ideas around online? And are there particular groups you might want to target?
Social media.
Okay, social media. But then, what is there a group you would be going after?
Like YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
Okay. But you'd want to target kind of adults in the 30-year-old to 50-year-old, probably, right? Because they're the ones with kids.
25 and up.
25 and up. Okay. All right. Okay. Excellent. So other thoughts that I was having, You guys mentioned that it's for children. Did you have any, and you say how much it's gonna cost and so forth. If it's something that parent wants, what are your thoughts around what the kids are gonna want? You know, what are you thinking about that? I mean, because if you're a 7 or 8-year-old, sometimes you may not wanna wear a certain item. Have you thought about how you get kids to wanna wear it? Because they can probably take it off, I'm thinking.
It's more like the design mainly. Like it depends on the age of the kid. If it's younger, it'd be a little bit more hard to take off if a kid takes it off. But for adult or like an actual, older kid, yeah, they can take it off pretty easily, and it's made out of stuff. So if they like want to, bite it or like toss it around or try to break it.
So what I was thinking is maybe partnering with Disney or some other Nickelodeon to make it something desirable for them. They'd like it, maybe it's got a character on it and kids like that, or something popular. So I didn't know if you guys had thought about something like that to make it, something the kids would want to wear too. You guys, I like your idea a lot. I really do. I'll let you continue on.
Yeah, thank you. Really, the thing I really see a conflict here, I love the price point too. It's very reasonable price. So I want you to do a little bit more research on the BOM, the bill of materials, and see if it really does only cost $33. I'll help you check on that. But $65 is, if you can sell it at that price point, that is doable. That is very reasonable. And then I still want you, the team, as a team, to really research Apple and Samsung watches to see if they actually offer these things. Because I know they have watches that out to detect AFib, like your heart. My dad has one. So I don't know if it actually does. I have to do my research too. If it does detect the temperature as well, and I know it does have location services. I know that for sure. But I don't know about the temperature. So keep looking at it. I'm still encouraging you to follow through. I think you got some good advice and market it toward the children, but of course, the functionality of the watch, of the location, the temperature. Is there anything else you could think of that you could add to this watch in terms of features? Besides using, I think using Nickelodeon as a partner, and any other licenses from kid shows, Disney, they might want to link up with you because you could work as a partnership. They would get some revenue off the licensing of some of their characters, and you could make some money being in partnership with a multi-billion-dollar company. So, any ideas with features though? Going back, what else could you possibly add to this? Do you have anything in mind for feature you're thinking of?
Well, something that I've kind of had in mind was like how it should be recharged. I believe that it could be recharged, kind of like a solar kind of recharging. That's how I believe how it could work.
Nice solar. Oh, awesome. So there's another feature that you could work on for the next phase. So very good job. I liked your presentation, and I look forward to seeing more. Thank you.
Thank you.